Hey, everybody. I am going to wait till you beautiful people get in here and we will talk to see how we can help you recover and have more independence post stroke because it's a beautiful life in spite of the things we're going through, guys. So, I'll give y'all a couple minutes to go ahead and jump in here and we're going to get started. Figured it was great to go ahead and go live before, we go into the weekend so y'all know that you are not alone. I'm still searching for the beautiful person that sent me a message. And again, I'm going to quote because it was no name, it was just a bunch of letters and numbers as their handle. But everybody's has those bad days, guys. And I want to give y'all the hope that there is better ahead. And we still have so much to live for, guys. So it's a beautiful thing to have a breath of life, and it's a beautiful thing to have days that you may not feel the best and days that you feel the best at, because at the end of the day, we are alive. So I totally understand those daunting days, but guys, we can all find a reason to smile. Just being able to maybe stand up on our own, being able to move our hands, being able to move our feet, being able to have feeling in our body, because reality, as a stroke survivor, think about the day before good evening, good evening. Think about the day before stroke survivors had the stroke. You were living a normal life and you were able to move about, do other things of your own, think for yourself. You were independent. Most of us were independent. Had no thought of what was up ahead the next day or the next moment to say, oh, wow, now I'm a stroke survivor. Now one side of my body doesn't move. Now one side of my body I have no control over. Now one side of my body, or even the thought of now to not have control over our mind, the different I'm gonna say the roller coaster of emotions that us stroke survivors go through. As one moment we may be smiling, the next moment we're crying, the next moment we're laughing, and it's all in an instant of you might be in a 2 minute period and have all of these emotions go through your mind and you're like, what is going on? Am I going crazy? No, you're not going crazy. It's just a process of healing as the survivors, understanding that our emotions don't really know the difference of what it is. Our emotions said, hey, I have an emotion. Should I laugh, cry, get mad, be angry? So all of these things, because at the end of the day, it says, hey, so let me just paint this picture real fast to say, hey, and we have this circle. This dot right here says I'm an emotion. But all it does is says I'm an emotion. It can't really signify which emotion to go into when you're dealing with a stroke survivor with this wonderful brain injury that is still trying to heal. So it's like our brain is still trying to rewire itself to say, hey, I need you to plug back over here. I need you to plug over here, plug over there for our brain to work again. But how we get this roller coaster of emotions, it says, hey, I'm feeling something right now, but you don't quite know what it is. So you go from, hey, I'm smiling. I think I feel good. But then you start crying. So all of these things, guys, and it's just from my experience, and again, I'm 5 years post to stroke survivor. So my experience of these roller coaster emotions, experience of other survivors and you beautiful warriors talking about what is going on. Why can I not control the emotions? Or you get this point where it says, oh my gosh, out of nowhere, I just had this like bout of laughter and I couldn't stop laughing, or out of nowhere I had this bout of crying and sadness and I couldn't stop crying, or this bout of just joy. So all of these things that we go through and we can't quite explain how or when, and we really don't know when or which reaction is going to come about, guys. That's where we're talking about this roller coaster of emotion. And I decided to go on that topic to let you know you're not by yourself. Have not figured out why we do that. I mean, which I know our brain is still trying to heal, but I will say from my experience, it does get better. So over time, it does get better. So if you are at a point in your life right now where you are going on these crazy tangents of roller coaster of emotions and your family is trying to figure out, like, hey, like, are you okay? Hey, family. Yes and no, because of the simple fact I'm healing. So, yes, I am okay. And I'm okay because I still have a breath of life. And in this process of me healing, I'm still trying to figure this out. But it's what we need to do is to be more vocal with our family, our friends, and our loved ones about the situation so they don't just feel like, okay, are you crazy or is something really going on? Or really the thought process is, how can I help you? Because if we keep that to ourselves and your loved ones, your family, they're like, are they sad? Are they happy? Are they mad at me? All of these things. So, guys, that's why it's important for us to verbalize what we're going through. Because at the end of the day, yes, you and your human body, you're going through it, but the people around you, they're going through it as well. 2.5 years post-stroke, I had my stroke July 16th of 21, and it affected my right side. So how long does it take to fully heal? Everybody heals at different levels. So, and I will definitely say, when we say everybody heals at different levels, you may get your feeling in your hands back before you get your feeling in your feet back. You may be able to control your emotional roller coasters faster than a person that does. So there's no statistics, there's no place anywhere that anybody could say, hey, you're going to heal at this point and it's going to be it. It's a process of recovery. And so that's why I say, as stroke survivors, this is a lifelong process. As over time, and like you said, in 2.5 years, you can, if you just sit back and think about, there has been changes that you have had, and you may not have even thought about it, like, hey, if we really go back and say, hey, I remember day one or day two or 3 months after my stroke, I wasn't able to do this. 2.5 years now, you may be able to do some things. So we can't really put a timeline on and say, hey, this is going to happen at this point. So that's why I'm saying all that to say, to go, don't look at statistics, because statistics still trying to fight for those to be changed. To say, if you don't get your recovery, if you don't get your full feeling or full healing back in the first 6 months to a year, then you're stuck like that. Because I will tell you, 5 years post, I'm still learning things today and still doing things today and 5 years that I wasn't able to do 6 months or a year post, because it's a process of recovery. And as you continue to go on and you get the and you continue to push yourself, you will have recovery for as long as you keep trying. It says, I got the feeling in my hands back the first year, still experience spasticity in my right foot and my right knee. Um, I myself, 5 years post, still deal with spasticity. And I'm trying to, so there's moments I could say that my spasticity may be worse. And I will say, definitely for me, if I'm tired, so I want you to pay attention to the times that you feel your spasticity or your tone is worse. In a sense, me, I already know if I'm tired, my hand may want to lock up, or I go this thing, and I always just say, oh shucks, here we go, lefty, lefty. Or sometimes I call my left side blue. Deciding not to work today. But that's a process of me learning my body over time to say, hey, I may be doing too much, I may be pushing myself too much. And a lot of times our brain will say, hey, sit down. Our brain may say sit down, even though our body is still trying to move. So what the reaction is, our body says, hey, you're not gonna sit down, so I'm gonna sit it down for you. So that's when I know me, my spasticity or tone may kick in a lot more, and I may just have to say, okay, all right, Tracy, you still trying to push, but your body says sat down. So therefore, I mean, look at those signs to say, hey, am I noticing my tone or spasticity is kicking in more, where you may be tired, you may be pushing yourself a little more. Say, for instance, I'm in the gym. If I have possibly overworked myself in the gym, I'll find maybe hour or two later, I'm like, oh, geez, I'm a little tight. And what that takes from me is to stretch and then start to take more, better care of my body, in a sense of, you may need to add some ice, you may need to add some heat. So everybody's body's going to different. Like your body may respond better to cold, or mine honestly responds better to heat. So if I feel like I got a lot of tone or spasticity happening on my affected side, I need to go sit in something. I may need to put a heating pad or something in that area that is being affected. And therefore, I'll see a change in that sense. And I actually, with talking to a lot of other warriors, some people say cold works best for them. But again, it's listening to your body and learning your body. Me and cold don't get along at all. Like, so my body in experiencing with cold is going to freeze up a lot more than anything with heat. So just check your body and start paying attention. And so that's why it's good to journal, to write things down, say, hey, I was doing this, I had a lot more tone or spasticity, or I was doing this, or to figure out, hey, when I was doing this helped my tone or spasticity. But one of my favorite things, guys, and I almost forgot, in the mode of me doing something, I may notice that spasticity or tone kicks in. I literally start to tell myself, relax, relax, relax. And what I mean when I'm telling myself, relax, I'm telling my brain to, hey, what I'm doing right here, I'm not harming my body. I am adding things to my body to more control. So I'm not harming my body. I'm helping my body out. So I need my body to relax in a sense so it could calm down. So therefore I can be more efficient in what I'm doing, be more active in things. I'm sorry, somebody just put in. But anyway, so yes, try that, telling your body to relax and tell your body to calm down in a sense. So therefore you are more effective in being able to do things at the sense that you may be experiencing a lot of spasticity and tone. But I definitely got thrown off, y'all. Sorry. So I believe that's what I was saying. So yeah, so just start paying more attention to your body, making notes or journaling for yourself to notice when this kicks in or when this happens. Also, Jesse, while we're on the subject, is there anything off the top of your head that you can think that you need assistance with that I can show you an exercise or something right now? Let me know. And we can go ahead and handle that now. So, I can't wait to drive my truck and get freedom back because we're standing. Oh, so honey, listen, I know that 1,000% because, I definitely know the feeling of not being able to be independent in that sense and having to wait for someone to give me a ride everywhere. I feel you 1,000% because that right there in itself is tiring because you've already quote unquote lost your independence in the sense as I may have to get off, y'all. I don't know who this is in my yard. I may come back. Sorry, y'all. Gotta go.